Hi, and welcome back to Academy of Wisdom and Success. I'm your host, Rocco Di Pietro. This is episode number 7. We're talking about cognitive behavioral therapy and how you can achieve success through using wisdom. Success, how you define it, but usually it is feeling great, having a feeling of being alive, because usually we as people, are searching for that feeling of being alive, for that feeling of happiness, for that great joyous feeling that is inside of us. We have already probably felt it, and if we have felt it, we have the power and the option to feel it again, and we have the power and option to feel it more consistently. And if not, we have the power to get to know how we can achieve that. So we're going to talk about we are talking about wisdom cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a therapy that we are developing here at Academy of Wisdom and Success, and it is essentially cognitive behavioral therapy. The roots of this special therapy is in cognitive behavioral therapy, and we have added their fundamentals from the past, from ancient wisdom, Stoicism, and later schools of thought. Then we have modern science, Eastern religions, and all the other things that are interesting for them. So we are taking a holistic approach to that. Right now you can get a free appointment with me, Rocco Di Pietro, CBT practitioner, and you get essentially one-on-one psychotherapy or motivational therapy or coaching, whatever you want, for the first 30 minutes for free. It's all free, the first 30 minutes, so I can assess what is going in your life, and we can find together if we are the right match for each other. So please like this channel, so help us grow, and so it helps this channel immensely, so that this knowledge get out in the world. So we're going to continue talking about your calling. So what is your calling? Your calling is essentially a feeling that you're doing the right thing. It is a feeling that you're doing the thing that you are supposed to do. So it's not a feeling of drudgery, it's not a feeling of slaving away your years, it's not a feeling of anticipating or expecting to get in the retirement, but it is something that you feel deep inside and that you actually want to do. And usually when you follow this path, this calling, usually wealth comes in your way. So it is the most important thing that you can do in your life. And moving forward, we have purpose. And purpose is similar to a calling, but it is even deeper. Think about it. What is the purpose of a tree? What is the purpose of animals? If you think about that, we have a seed, and from this seed we have growing, for example, a tree. And from this miniature thing, we create something big, like an oak. And we get to experience this, we get to see that coming to fruition. And if you think about it, the same things happen to you, to us. It happens that we as people can grow, but there is a big difference between a tree and between us. A tree grows naturally without doing anything, and we in a way do the same, but we need resistance. For example, what do I mean with resistance? Trees don't grow on purpose, they just grow, and we do grow, but if we want to develop, we need something that challenges us. In our physical bodies, we need weights, we need exercise, we need training, so that our bodies can get better, bigger. And our master says, okay, you want me to rise 10 kilograms? Okay, I will do it. I will adapt. And we are very adaptable. But on the other hand, if we want to grow this inner self, this inner purpose, this something that is deep inside of us that we are feeling almost usually, we have to do it on purpose, but it's not the same as the life purpose that we're talking about. And in a way, our life purpose is to grow. Our life purpose is to grow as human beings, to improve ourselves, to become better, and to use everything that is in our disposal to essentially reach this calling that we feel that we are called to do. So, in order to achieve our calling, we need to become better. We need this process of growth. We need this process of growth, like trees. But with a difference, the trees grow on their own. If we want to grow faster, we can use shortcuts. We can use tools. This is why we are developing at Academy of Wisdom and Success. This is why we're developing these tools, so that we can, because we have seen that these tools really do work, and we have seen them working time and time again, and we have clients that are happy, that are satisfied, that receive great benefits a lot faster than other ways of thinking, because we are doing it all together. So I have prepared some questions for you, and you can answer these questions. We can answer them together. So, for example, how do you feel about what you're doing? Do you feel like it is a drudgery? Do you feel like you're slaving away your years? Do you feel like missing out? Because the problem in the end is going to be regret. Regret is the worst thing that can happen to you. And maybe next time we can talk about the worst thing that can happen to you. And I will give you a hint. It is your future self. Your future self. And I will tell you exactly what in another session. So, how do you feel about what you're doing right now? Do you feel joy? Do you feel bad? Do you feel good? It's a great question to ponder about, but it is usually the best thing to do. It is to think that on paper. And please answer these questions on paper so that you can get the most benefit from them. So, the next question: how do you feel about making a difference in the world? Usually, when we are following our calling, when we feel that we are on purpose, we tend to grow, and when we grow, we tend to do a difference in the world, because growing equals difference. Think about it. It is a natural law. When a tree grows, it makes a difference. So a tree grows, it gives shade, it gives us support, it gives us, for example, like a shield. It is shielding us, and it can have a lot of benefits. For example, for animals, we have birds, nests, we have squirrels. So all these animals get a lot of benefits from a simple tree. We have the roots that are keeping the soil together, the earth together. So a tree makes a big difference. What about you? And if you grow, equals difference. So you will make, when we will grow together, if you accept my offer, you can make a great difference in your community, in your life, in your family, with your kids if you have them, with your special one if you have, or you can maybe find one, the special one. You can maybe find the right partner. You can find the community. You can create a better community. You can do essentially everything that you put your heart to. So, how do you feel about making a difference in the world? The next very much important question is, what experiences would you like to experience while here on Earth? So, the experiences is you will feel a lot of difference when you make a difference. So, the experiences that you want to experience, you can experience them right now. So, for example, a lot of people want to become rich, want to live a wealthy life, but in essence, it's just, for example, wealth. Thinking about wealth, it's usually thinking about being free. Because if you think about that, it is essentially freedom. With wealth, you get freedom. Freedom to do whatever you want. But most people have some difficulties with freedom. Do you had an experience in your life when you got, for example, I don't know, 3 months of free time, and essentially we were either bored, we were bored, and a lot of us feel bored. So we feel bored, we feel anxious, we feel unsatisfied, we feel unhappy, we feel that sometimes we feel hopeless, sometimes we feel that we're out of options, sometimes we feel like nothing is going to happen, sometimes we're going to think about, for example, thoughts just as I am not good enough, this will never happen. And sometimes we have good-willing people, or people that want us to make good. We get the wrong advice. We get the wrong advice. And usually the best advice is to just follow your heart and follow what is wise to do. And most of the times your heart knows what is the right thing to do. But we get trapped in our comfort zones. And why do we get trapped in them? Because it feels comfortable. We are seeking comfort, and we are creatures of habit. So our habits define our lives, and Aristotle said essentially the same thing. We become what we do most of the time, and with changing what you do, you can change the way, or you can change your future. You can change what you will become in the future. And for our two last questions were, what inspires you? And think about it. Think really, write down what really inspires you. Is it nature? Is it, for example, a hobby of yours that you have? It is maybe filming YouTube videos, it is maybe going out, it is, I don't know, it can be whatever you want. Maybe it can be making people laugh, and so on. So write down what really inspires you. And the last question of today is, if you were to live from your heart, what would you do? What would you do if you really could live from your heart? What would you really do? So what does your heart really truly tells you that you would be doing with your life if you had all the money, all the wealth in the world? So until next time, I wish you a great time.